You're walking down the street and see someone sobbing, what do you do? Or if you're the one sobbing, what do you want people to do? You did everything right, like spot on perfection of a good Samaritan. Assess the situation, are you okay? Offered to get her resources, need me to call someone, and then offered to support her emotionally, do you want to talk about it? And then did when she affirmed it. You went above and beyond when you offered her a place to crash, and you might just made a lifelong friend. Above all else, you kept your own safety in mind, and didn't cross any of your own personal boundaries just because it got awkward offering money. Honestly, this post is a play-by-play guide for anybody who wants to help another. Thank you for being a good person to a person in need, and for keeping yourself safe and secure so you can continue to be a great human being. You rock OP. I would suggest some safety precautions for the pair of you. Tell her to message a friend with some of your info, take a photo of you, and you could do the same. If you are in a car, she could take a photo of your number plate. Someone with ill intent wouldn't suggest that. I think you did everything right. We actually had a similar situation not too long ago. A woman was crying loudly in a parking lot and she had a bloody cut on her arm. We stopped and asked her if she was okay. She said she was but didn't get into any details. We offered her a ride which she declined and gave her a smoke. That was it. It felt weird leaving her in distress like that, but she didn't want any help. I hope she's okay. That was nice, but I would ignore them, because I'm autistic and have meltdowns in public where I can't stop crying even though I'm not in physical pain or even any serious distress. Sometimes it's just beyond my control. Like how you shiver in a cold environment, I cry in a loud one. I always want to hide until it stops, because I'm terrified someone is gonna come up to me and start asking questions. You invited her to your place, did she take you up on it? To be 100 honest with you, I know your intentions were good, but do not invite strangers into your home. I have been and would be mortified when a stranger walked up to me while I'm crying and started engaging with me. Now I have two problems. I do want to be left alone. This has happened to me that often, but when it has I usually stop and ask, is there something I can do for you? I was once sobbing in a hospital parking lot because a close relative was in dire condition after an accident. I was in a large city several states away from my home. I didn't really want anyone to do or say anything. I guess I just needed to have a meltdown away from the rest of my family so as not to upset them. Not sure what I would do, but if I am sobbing outside, I want to be left alone. This has happened to me. Even recently got a call about death in the middle of my walk and I was praying no one would say anything. Ignore me. Seems like she appreciated having someone to listen, and you did the right thing. Walk on by. Isak Hayes. Well, sadly, I live in Portland, Oregon, so I see people crying and peeing and in distress whenever I leave my house. This is a little aside, but why do people offer their bed and say they'll sleep on the couch? Why not offer the couch? That's a weirdly intimate thing to offer someone your bed, not to mention more unsanitary for everyone involved. I'd be fine letting someone in need crash at my place, but I'd never give up my bed for it. They could take the couch or recliner or my inflatable mattress. Another aside, why are husbands always kicked out of the bed and have to sleep on the couch? Ain't no way I'd let my wife kick me out of the bed I bought in the house I bought. If she was that mad at me, she can sleep on the freaking couch. Of course that's never happened, since we communicate very well and never go to bed angry. But still a weird thing you always hear about guys getting kicked to the couch, and I know I'd never tolerate it. As to the original question, I wouldn't go to a person crying in public if I didn't know them because I doubt I'd know the right thing to say, and I'd be too worried about it being a scam or trap anyways. If I'd be the one sobbing, I'd want to be left alone, but I'm autistic. Keep walking. Please check on each other. I check on people, but I'm a soccer mom, so I'm pretty benign in most people's opinion. Reminding people about 311 if in the USA is always an option. She could have gone to a women's shelter or somewhere for the night rather than back to his place. 311 operators have all that local info. If it was me sobbing, I'd prefer people ignore me, but if I were to see someone sobbing, I'd stop and see if I could help.